Alright, what's good, y'all? It's SpazzoReactz back with another vid. Today, we're reacting to one of my G's sent me this Sematary interview, but they read it as an article. I'm thinking I'm about to be able to listen to this and all this, but nah, bruh. They got me like finna actually read this. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to read this shit. So, we got AI here. Now, let's choose a nice reader. Alright, so we got Davis. I ain't picking no niggas. I'm gonna be real with you. Sarah look cute as shit. Emma, Andrew, Eric. I ain't gonna lie, they all look ugly as shit. Anna, Brandon, Michelle, Elizabeth, Liam. These ugly ass people. I'm going back to my original. Where's Sarah at? Yeah, she cute as shit.
What sunshine is to flowers, smiles are to humanity. These are but trifles.
Yeah, shut that shit up. Please, just read the document. Alright, go AI, text to speech, voice generator. I don't need that shit. I don't need that. Alright, for sure. Drag and drop your files or type, paste, and edit text here. Alright, get that shit out of here. Alright, let's have her read this shit for sure. Yup. Alright, let me get some cool math games. I'm about to play some cool math while she read that shit. For sure. Alright. Let's go, y'all.
It's understandable if, in the fire hose of media attention paid last Friday to a certain superstars. Yee! Ha turn, some less mainstream drops didn't register on every radar. But in a very different, angstier...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Her voice is annoying as shit. I thought it was just gonna be good because she was fine as shit, but hell no. Jesus. Her voice is annoying. Alright, what does his voice sound like?
But in a very different, angstier, and frankly more XY
I feel like I'm back at school again. Fuck it.
But in a very different, angstier, and frankly more XY chromosome-dominated corner of the music universe. Fans of the underground hip-hop collective Haunted Mound were tuned into the release of Bloody Angel, the latest project from the group's fearless founder, leader, and provocateur, Sematary. On his 10th mixtape in 5 years, Sematary, aka Zane Steckler, has never sounded better or bolder. While the record delivers plenty of the blown-out, buzzsaw, horrorcore rap that's become his signature, snarling, slurry vocals, lyrics from a place of nihilism. Menace and mysticism meeting drop-ins of air horn and evil cackles, a recipe that's a lot of fun. There are also unexpected moves. Bloody Angel also leans into beat-driven tracks, on propulsive pre-album single Wendigo, one of Sematary's most exhilarating songs to date, and an immediate, infectious Dead Trees. A collab with Haunted Mound's Buckshot that draws from 80s synth acts and is as close to a dance record as Sematary has ever dropped. An avowed black metal fan, he samples Transylvanian Hunger from Norwegian Vet's Dark Throne, on Hearst Truck. There are features from Haunted Mound rapper Hackled Down on M and Lil Flash, from Chicago's Glow Gang. 2 tracks borrow from Tolkien, Mordor and Barrow Whites, on which Sematary is joined by the late great goth boy Clique's most enduring alumnus, Wicca Face Springs Eternal. And throughout Bloody Angel Sematary's vocals are more melodic than ever, raising the question of whether singer needs to be added his resume. Rapper, writer, producer, graphic artist, and entrepreneur are already included. Or maybe world creator is simpler, as that's what Sematary has done since 2019, when as a loner kid from a self-described redneck white part of Northern California, he graduated from high school and set about going for his musical dream and then some. Inspired by underground overground DIY heroes Chief Keef, Black Cray, and Young Lean, as well as the gloomy atmosphere of Witch House OG Salem, he's gotten to work with both Sosa and Cray in the past year. He crafted a hybrid sound all his own, and visuals to go along with it. Most of it was done from Sematary's HQ, the Butcher House, an actual early 20th century abattoir in the sticks where uninvited guests are not welcome. The place's weathered roof actually caved in several months ago, and Sematary continued to live there until he was able to fix it. The artwork on mixtapes from Sematary and all of the members of Haunted Mound is an aesthetic that might be described as B-movie horror meets southern rap, a sort of slasher Cash Money. Then there are the audaciously grainy, DIY music videos and the wildly popular Haunted Mound merch, the group's real cash cow. Often emblazoned with their irresistible mascot, a screaming tree called Harold, Haunted Mound's clothing and memorabilia has proven to be a windfall. Until they began touring a year ago, it was the collective's main source of income. The only real bumps in the road have come in Haunted Mound's lineup, which has been a fluid thing over 5 years.
I can't do this shit.
While Sematary says he's not...
Alright, I'm about to read this shit myself. I can't. I don't want this nigga to read no more. Alright, y'all. Let's read this shit. Alright, y'all can read it with me. It's understandable. Let me move this shit. It's understandable if, in the fire hose of media attention paid last Friday to a certain superstar's yeehaw turn, some less mainstream drops didn't register on every radar, but in a very different Angisteer. I know that gotta be it. Angisteer? I ain't never heard that word in my life. Angisteer, and frankly more XY chromosome dominated corner of the music universe, fans of the underground hip-hop collective Haunted Mound were tuned into the release of Bloody Angel, the latest project from the group's fearless founder, leader, and... Bro, I'm not gonna read this shit. This seems like just like a background. Yeah, I'm gonna just go to the actual interview. Zane tours. Your tour starts in less than a week, right? How's it going? Sematary. Yeah, fortunately, things are still going on the second we roll out. I see on the posters yourself and Buckshot and Hackle. So are you all three gonna do sets? Yeah, so it's gonna be Buck and Hackle. Either of them are gonna go first, and then the other and Anvil is gonna do a DJ set, and then me and Oscar 18 is playing live guitar. You know how much a Bloody Angel is going to be featured in the set? How many songs? Probably about 5 songs. You can't play all new stuff because people want to hear stuff they know. You've got to balance that. I wish I could play all new stuff, but that's just not how it goes. This is now your 10th mixtape plus the EP, so you have plenty to choose from. And I would imagine there are some other ones like Haunted Mound Reapers and Slaughterhouse that you have to include. Hell yeah, but I like playing the hits. Watch people go crazy. You've always got to include the hits. This is now your 3rd tour after Butcher House early last year, and then Suicide Boys Gray Day tour last fall. Any changes in terms of visuals this time around? Honestly, no. We don't quite got the money for the big old visual thing yet, but hopefully next one. I would like to do that. You kind of just see the rappers themselves, and we put up a big flag with our Haunted Mound logo. Which of course is Harold, just a genius logo. Who originally designed him? That was me. You did? Hell yeah, I did. I was like, I need a logo. I need a scary tree logo. So I gathered a bunch of clip arts and kind of mashed them together from all those. And I drew the face myself. What was it about a tree that appealed to you? I grew up kind of in deep forests of trees, and I hadn't really seen a logo that was like a scary tree. And it's something I rapped about a lot, like those trees from Snow White. Like the scary ones, I thought it would be sick. Even though you're in LA right now, you're still basically living at the Butcher House, right? Correct. And the roof fell in, yeah, because it's from 1905. It's really old California. Some old lady lived in it before us, and I think she died in it. Wow, I think so. So probably haunted makes the music better. But yeah, the roof caved in at one point. It's fixed now. Just an old roof. I do want to move at some point. Probably next year. It's been a good 5 years there. Speaking of which, they roof really fell in. That shit is crazy. And a lady died in that shit. No wonder why the music is so good. Speaking of which, I think Bloody Angel is great. I like the older records too, but this one is special. And I think in ways different. Do you tend to approach each project with a theme or concept in mind? Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do that. Like with the last EP, King of the Graveyard, shit was trash. I want to go for more metal sound samples and stuff, and this one is more, I kind of like, Salem, the witch house group. Yeah, sure. Damn, I'm fucking up with the reading. Yeah, so it's kind of those kind of synths and almost like 80s horror movie, American Desolation and crappy synths kind of vibes, and old Gucci Mane, and then heavier anthems, kind of like Chief Keef Glow Gang type anthems. There are all those influences, and there's also some like rocker, like Type O Negative was an inspiration too. Speaking of Glow Gang, you have Little Flash on one track, Black Wings, My Team. Did you connect through Chief Keef? Just online. He's in Chicago. Just cause he fucks with us, sees the influence he's had on us, and they've all had. So I just hit him up, and we did the song real quick. It was easy. But you also did link with Sosa, or he did a feature on the song, or the single Fuck the World with you and Hackle. Yeah, last year. Through Zach FTP, he made that happen, connect those dots, as well as another big influence, Black Cray. He got to work with last year. Yeah, on the Butcher House mixtape, went super hard. So you're kind of checking your idols off your bucket list. You need a Young Lean collaboration now. Yeah, that's right. That's the last one. And I've got Wicca Face and Bloody Angel too, which is super cool. He's been a big influence on us. I don't see how. People say I was gonna go into the Wicca phase, but I don't know about that one. He was on there. He was not fitting the vibes that Sematary is putting down. I hit him up a long time ago, and I was like, "Yo, do you want to do a song sometime?" He was like, "Yes," and that was really all he said. But then just recently we did that song, and I was talking to him, and we become friends. I'm definitely gonna work with him again. He's like super goated, and one of the most professional people I've worked with. That song came out really hard. The track is called Barrel Whites. That track is called Barrel Whites. What's that? It's like these demon gold things from the Lord of the Rings that they didn't put in the movies. I've read the books a couple of times as a kid, so I've been knowing about them, and it's just a cool word, interesting name for a song. I had to explain it to Wicca too, and he was like, "Yeah, that's sick. This sick word, man." Oh, they finally about to talk about Wendigo? Finally. Let's get to the real business. You see your Haunted Mound producers Grimoire and Oscar 18 a lot on Bloody Angel, but the name that turns up more than any is Anvil. Yeah, it's because I've been staying at his house in LA. I just had to get out of the Butcher House. I was about to lose it. It's very rural, and it was just me there. You can really lose your mind out there, and I did not want to make another mixtape out there alone. I made like 5 mixtapes out there alone, and I didn't want to do that again. But Anvil and Oscar did a lot of the guitar riffs on this shit. Like, they'll do a guitar riff for me, and I'll put a wider beat and mix it all and incorporate it all. Wendigo was the first taste a lot of people had of Bloody Angel, and Dude, what an amazing song. Thank you, appreciate that. I love what you might call the more traditional Cemetery sound, but there is something different about it, that song, a propulsive quality to it. God damn, bro. I don't know how teachers be reading all the time. That shit hurting. Cemetery, yeah, for me, however, the drums are in that new wave post-punk. I don't really do genres, so I don't really know, but I've always listened to like Joy Division and New Order and those kind of songs, and those have always influences like the synths I do. I think he meant influenced. So I just put that together with trap music and shit. So this is kind of just more me making a song like that. It's more straight up that influence, but that's always been an influence for me. So it's also apparent in maybe my favorite song, Dead Trees with Buckshot. It's like Cemetery meets New Order's Blue Monday or something. Exactly, that's what I was going for. Yeah, people like those songs a lot because they're very different. I'll probably do more with that sound. Thank the fucking Lord. But I also love trap music deeply and will never stop, so I have to hit him with that. It's like I started with trap music. Black Cray, Young Lee, that's where I started. But adding bands and other influences is sort of the spice on top of it. I started with trap music and go from there, so doing other genres is like a big step for me. And I wasn't sure if people would fuck with it, but they like it. Are you comfortable with the word collective to describe Haunted Mound? I think collective, or a label that I founded. I see people debate whether it's a label. Yeah, we are, but also collective I think applies to us as well. But it's definitely a label. I mean, all our releases it says Haunted Mound on them, you know? Damn, this shit long as shit. It's pretty obvious there will be no Haunted Mound without Cemetery. But would there be a Cemetery without Haunted Mound? Could you have managed this 5-year journey on your own as a solo artist? I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to though. Could Cemetery have? I don't feel like it'll be as popular as it is now for some reason. I feel like with all these different people in there, it adds spice to it. Like we had Turnabout, his shit is kind of synthy. Then we had Buckshot, his more is like a rodeo redneck type thing. Cemetery is just a person that smokes cigarettes. He's like very dark. Hackle, that nigga is just I don't know exactly what Hackle is. I can't really describe Hackle. Am I missing somebody? I can't remember, but I can't really describe Hackles. I feel like Hackle is just a turn nigga that rides ATVs or some shit. But I didn't want to. That's why I made this, because I want a community. I didn't want to do it solo. It's a lot. The music industry is brutal. It's a lot easier if you have friends with you. Still no interest in signing with the label. I would only ever use that system for like distribution. That's all we need from them. But you know, never know if it's like a crazy one album thing, then maybe. But I don't think we need that. We can do it all ourselves. Why would we bother including other people in it? Who would then think that they're gonna have a say in the creative? Like, fuck that. I've covered collectives from Wu-Tang and Rough Riders to Odd Future, Goth Boy Click, and Brockhampton. And one thing you often notice is that even if they are big and sprawling, the buck stops with one person. Yeah, that would be me for us. Oh, I know that, but I do wonder whether people might sometimes have the wrong idea the Haunted Mound is a pure democracy. I mean, kids talk shit on the internet. I don't pay attention to it. Sometimes they give other people credit for founding it, which I take exception to. I founded it. But beyond that, I don't waste time looking at what neckbeards talk about on the internet. That's a weird name. Neckbeards? That's a weird insult. You do have very dedicated, I would say in some cases, obsessive fans, but I guess that cuts both ways, right? Yes, it's cool to sell t-shirts. I like to sell t-shirts. It's not cool to have your house doxxed. Damn. Exactly. I know that's happening. Other drama has happened over the years. Yeah, I wish it hadn't. I don't like drama, but it comes with the territory, I guess. Which brings me to the elephant in the room. The latest drama that happened on March 11th, when the Haunted Mound fans went crazy because Turnabout and Gonnerville straight up announced they were leaving. They didn't offer much details in their statements. Can you clarify what happened? It felt very sudden. Yeah, I was just as blindsided by it as everyone else. We were just working things out internally, and we got hit with that before we could work things out, and that's as detailed as I'm gonna get. Because 2 weeks before that, I had gotten a press release on the record, the tour and everything, and their names were there as part of the tour. It looks like you guys were. Yeah, they fucked us over pretty good with that, but fortunately, I have more people that ride for me that hopped on the tour and were like, yeah, we'll do it. But I was just as blindsided, which is unfortunate. We were just having disagreements about how some things should go, and I always make an effort to work things out with people. I go to great lengths to make sure I'm not like a tyrant, and I guess they weren't happy before we could even work things out. They quit. I don't know. Someone tell me that Sematary is like a narcissist. He's never in the wrong for anything. That's the vibes we get from Sematary. I feel like he really do be fucking up sometimes, but that nigga just never trying to say it. I mean, I get like real like narcissist vibes from this dude. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It's like something's just not doing it. Like, it feels weird. Like when Cemetery talks about situations, it always seems like he's just not doing anything. Like, I don't know. He talks about what's it called when it comes to distribution, who founded it, who did the logo, who's up all night working on album covers and all this, and who's producing. It's like it's just all centered around him, which maybe it could be true, but at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. I just get very like big narcissist vibes or something. You didn't really try to persuade them otherwise. Was it just like, bye? The way they hit us, that wasn't really an option, which sucks, but best of luck. People are gonna do what they want to do. Damn, now he in his Ghost Mountain phase. Like how he felt about Ghost Mountain, that's probably how you feel about Turnabout in Gonnerville. Which is crazy, because you would never expect that shit. Damn. I went back and looked at the Montreality interview you did last fall, and it's weird because it's the four of you. They're sitting on either side of you in Hackle, and it was just, I don't know. Damn. Yeah, it hurt a lot. I would say it says something about the strength of Haunted Mound that you can, on a few weeks' notice, can. I assume you had to scramble to rework the tour a bit. I don't know what that meant. I would say it says something about the strength of Haunted Mound that you can, on a few weeks' notice, can, I assume. What the fuck does that even mean? This is why we need actual video. Stop giving me fucking articles. I assume you had to scramble to rework the tour a bit. Yeah, we had to figure out a new lineup, but thank you for that. I appreciate it. It's been a rough time. The Cemetery as a solo project were to take off exponential y'all know what I'm trying to say. Exponentially. Exponentially? That's a word? That don't even sound right. Could you see Haunted Mound ending someday? Fuck no. Definitely not. I have it tattooed here. It's a permanent thing, and that would be pretty fucked up to just get hella famous and just leave your boys behind. Fuck that. I wasn't saying you should. I just didn't know. Yeah, somebody was fucking up. There's typos in this bit. If that was possible. Yeah, somebody need to get their cut reduced. Give me that shit. I'll do it. I'll have AI get that shit, and I'll put that shit in and correct that shit. Give me their job. How much they getting paid? I'll do that shit. No, my goal is to get as big as I can, and then get to each of my guys as big as they can. Just cause I'm sort of the busiest one and been around the longest. It's just, do these things with me, and then to build them up and do things for them too. Along with the Angel Tour, which is about to launch. There's new merch. Yeah, we're selling it all on tour. We're selling these hockey masks, like what I'm wearing on the cover. Bro, my G Sematary done passed that shit to my G Bryson. That's fucking crazy though. It's like a nigga that I know got the mask of this nigga that I listen to. That's fucking crazy. He caught that shit. I'm so happy for my nigga Bryce. That shit crazy. He holds up a hockey mask with a screaming face. It's the face. This shit does not look like it's screaming. But anyway. What was I about to say? Where is it at? Oh, it's the face that's on the Herald tree. So we're selling these on tour, and polos like Chief Keef used to wear, and t-shirts and necklaces with the tree, and socks, beanies, all sorts of shit. So if you're reading this, come to the tour and buy some shit. I can't see nobody wearing no socks. Haunted Herald socks, I can't see that shit. But necklaces, t-shirts, and polos, I wanted one of them polos. Sorry, it was $100. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't doing that. Haunted Mound hardly played live for the couple years of his existence, and this will now be your third tour in a year. How's the touring part of touring? Do you enjoy it, or is it more that's how you make money? It is what it is. I'm definitely that, but I'm happy to be able to tour. I'm happy I can see my fans in real life, and we're successful enough that we can do that. I'm happy we're not just an internet-only collective with songs that people would never actually play in real life. Like, I'm glad that it translates to real life, because that's kind of how I make songs. I think about how they would play live. If I'm like, yep, this would rip live, I really think about, bro, this nigga's lingo is crazy. I really think about that a lot when I make songs. Like, how the beat will stop and it's just the vocals and then it comes back in. All that's a big thing for me. So yes, I like touring. Obviously, it's a fucking grind. It wears you down, but I like it. I like going to a city and making money and leaving. I don't lie. At the same time, I can relate to Sematary, because like that dude sound fire. Sematary, this nigga, man. I did not see that shit. I did not see that skull. That shit's crazy. Wow. And that's it. Damn. Well, y'all, that's the end of the fucking vid. We done read the fucking article. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. And with that further ado, peace, y'all.